Year. I'm Rick Page. I'm Dean of the Larner College of Medicine, and it is such a pleasure to welcome you to this very special evening. Hello, class of 2022. The last time we got together in this room, you were not as chill as you are this evening, but what an event that was. And I can't help but think back to the first event we got to share together. It was in October 2018. You got your first white coat. I got my first Larner College of Medicine white coat on that, which was my 5th day as dean. So you'd been medical students longer than I'd been dean at the time. And look where we are now. Who knew what we'd be going through together? The last almost 4 years have been amazing in so many different ways, but who could have predicted a worldwide pandemic that you rose above? Who could have predicted a cyber attack that had challenges and you got a chance to figure out what it was like doing notes by hand the way we did when I was a medical student? We had a national reckoning of social and healthcare injustice that you all contributed to the dialogue for. And also, you just about became doctors. So with that, tonight we get to recognize the good work that you've done. It's a fitting tribute that tonight is also an acknowledgement of your soon-to-be medical alma mater. You're going to hear a lot of names tonight that you might not recognize, but these are the shoulders on which I and you all stand. These are leaders of our college who, for one reason or another, there was an endowment put together for an award in perpetuity in that person's name. So when you hear names that aren't necessarily familiar to you, such as Amadon, Reardon, Lucy, Sussman, and Babbitt, please know that these individuals profoundly shaped our college and therefore your education. Now, your excellent work is only just beginning. You will receive more awards in your careers, but tonight we're getting to showcase the excellence that you've demonstrated. Now, whether or not you're receiving an award this evening, you are winners all. So I give you my heartfelt congratulations and look forward to greeting you soon as you step up and receive your diploma. But in the meantime, it's my pleasure to introduce someone who's no stranger to any one of us, who wasn't in her role when I arrived, but thank goodness that she has been my partner in leading this department, this college, through these times, and has done such a wonderful job as Senior Associate Dean for Medical Education. Please join me in welcoming Dean Krista Zala.
Thank you, Dean Page. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for Honors Afternoon or Honors Night. I would like to personally welcome all of you to today's event, specifically our students, family, friends, faculty, and staff, including our colleagues from our Connecticut campus. Today, we kick off a week-long celebration of our class of 2022 students and their medical education experience by recognizing student achievements, honoring the faculty and staff that supported them in this journey, and being entertained by our witty presenters who sometimes throw in a limerick or a song, so get ready. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate those students, faculty, and staff who demonstrate qualities of excellence within our community. As Dean Page mentioned, while not everyone will be receiving a formal award today, you are all here to be honored. We wish to celebrate our students, staff, and faculty who make our medical education program possible. Medical school, as you all know, is a challenging journey, and we strive to provide a supportive academic community for us all to learn and succeed. Students, You continue to amaze and inspire us, and we are so very proud of you and all that you have accomplished. Before we begin with today's presentation, just a few logistics to review. When called to the stage, please enter stage right and exit stage left. When an individual receives an award, please pause here for a photo prior to exiting the stage. Please also understand that due to the timing of this year's event, many of our award recipients are unable to attend. Some are, in fact, on their honeymoons. However, we will ensure that they receive their award and the wonderful comments included in their nominations. Also, I just like to announce that the bar will be opening at 4:30, so we do encourage you to get a beverage, but please be respectful of the awards and the presentations that are going on at that time. So we begin today's program with awards given by our Alpha, Omega, Alpha, and Gold Humanism Lerner College of Medicine Honors Society. So first, I would like to invite our first presenters of the evening to the stage. So please join me in welcoming Richard Breck and Alexa Pius, Alpha, Omega, Alpha Chapter President and Vice President, to present our first awards.
All right. So the AOA Faculty and House Staff Award recipients were chosen by our 2022 students, AOA inductees, for AOA induction. They were selected for embracing the key tenets of the Alpha Omega Alpha Medical Society, which are professionalism, to hold the conviction that professionalism in medicine is a worthy goal, scholarship, to promote scholarship among medical professionals, leadership, to set an example worth emulating, and service, to serve the medical profession and the community. So this year we are very excited to honor 2 faculty members with AOA induction. It is our honor to present Dr. Jesse Ritvo from the Psychiatry Department at the Central Vermont Medical Center as our first AOA Faculty Award recipient. And I'm not sure if he's here with us tonight, but okay. Okay. Well, we can give the award to you. Okay.
We just wanted to share a few words of students that responded when we asked them why they wanted to select and nominate Dr. Jesse Ritvo. They said that he was a dedicated, passionate, and kind teacher. He was kind, engaging provider that truly cares about his patients. Since we can't hand out his awards right now, we will congratulate him and then also move on to our next recipient. Our class also selected Dr. Katie Wells from the Emergency Medicine Department at the UVM Medical Center as our second recipient of the 2022 AOA Faculty Award. Dr. Katie Wells has built her career with the humanistic values at its core. She has demonstrated an unparalleled dedication to incorporating the tenets of compassion, empathy, and cultural humility in her clinical practice as an emergency medicine physician and work as a global health scientist and academic researcher. Dr. Wells also serves as a mentor for over 20+ undergraduate students, medical students, and residents, many of whom are women or gender minorities. One student wrote that Dr. Wells' mentorship has influenced the trajectory and success of my career since she began mentoring me. She has allowed me to feel confident in my own leadership and passions as a woman in medicine. I would not be where I am today without the mentorship of Dr. Wells, who consistently makes herself available for mentorship and teaching to all. Dr. Wells is improving lives of everyone she meets because of her values and passions. She remains steadfast in her efforts despite the ongoing additional challenges of being an EM physician during the COVID-19 pandemic. I cannot think of anyone more deserving than Dr. Wells to receive this award. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells is also unable to join us for today's ceremony, but we'll ensure she receives her award in the student comments. So congratulations to Dr. Wells.
And the AOA class of 2022 also chose to award 2 residents with the AOA House Staff Award this year. Our students shared the following comments about our resident recipients. Ali treats every experience on the wards as a teaching moment. He instituted a trial of the day as a senior where he discussed EBM and how it is applicable to patient care. He also is currently in the running for chief within the internal medicine department, further exemplifying his leadership potential. Someone else said, such a wonderful guy, approachable and enthusiastic and kind. And Ali is the resident from whom I learned the most. He was intentional about his teaching and always made coming into work fun and educational. If there is a single biggest influence on my education throughout my clinical training, it is due to Ali. And Dr. Steinmetz is a dedicated internal medicine PGY3 who goes out of his own way to show kindness to all of his patients and teach medical students in a thoughtful and supportive manner. Dr. Steinmetz is a fantastic teacher and team leader. We are honored to recognize Drs. Ali Jendal and David Steinmetz, both from the Department of Internal Medicine at the University of Vermont Medical Center, as our 2022 AOA House Staff Award recipients. Congratulations.
You're welcome. Can we pose for a picture? All right, congratulations. All right, in addition to the Faculty and House Staff AOA Awards, the Larner College of Medicine AOA Chapter annually recognizes a community physician who contributes with distinction to the education and training of our clinical students. The class of 2022 chose to honor Dr. Toby Sadkin, a family medicine physician who works at the Primary Care Partners in St. Albans, Vermont, for her service to the Larner College of Medicine students in the community. I would also like to share what one student said about her in their nomination. Dr. Sadkin went above and beyond during my family medicine rotation. Not only was she an excellent clinical teacher, reading and reviewing every single one of my notes, she took a strong interest in the health of the larger community with a focus on COVID-19 prevention and maintaining healthy lifestyles. In addition, she had a large administrative role in the practice and helped me learn about this side of medicine. It is my honor and pleasure to present Dr. Sadkin with a framed certificate and AOA keychain. Her name joins a long history of honorees on a plaque displayed outside of the Medical Student Lounge at the Larner College of Medicine. And unfortunately, Dr. Sadkin is unable to join us for today's ceremony, but we'll ensure that she receives the award in the student comments. So congratulations, Dr. Sadkin, and all of our AOA award recipients.
One second, I'm presenting the next awards. Let me grab those. Okay, so as Gold Humanism Honor Society Secretary, it is my pleasure to present the Gold Humanism Society Awards. The 2022 faculty and student recipients of the Leonard Tao Humanism in Medicine Awards. So the Leonard Tao Humanism in Medicine Award, presented by the Gold Foundation, highlights the importance of compassion and sensitivity to emotional needs in the provision of excellent clinical care. This award is presented to one Larner College of Medicine faculty member and one graduating medical student each year. The recipients become full inductees, joining the GHHS class of 2022, if they were not already previously inducted into the society. The following excerpt was written about the winner of this year's Leonard Tao Humanism in Medicine Faculty Award. Dr. Leahy is unwaveringly compassionate, kind, patient, and understanding with patients. In having the privilege of working with him, I saw that emotionally tense moments were not another hurdle for him to cross in order to get to the real medicine, but an opportunity and privilege in themselves that are to be approached with humility and non-judgment. The description of the Tao Award is one that I could link to Dr. Leahy through specific examples of his kindness, but it wouldn't do his way with patients justice. So I think the most concise thing to do would be to say that all the stuff Dr. Leahy talks about in theory when teaching us about the ethics of medicine is exactly what he puts into practice with patients. As an ID doc, ethicist, and teacher, Dr. Leahy has been a beacon in dark times. He speaks out for what is right as an advisor to the Social Justice Coalition and also in his ethics sessions and other extracurricular sessions he has organized. He is not only an educator to us at the medical school, but also the residency program, broader community by going on to local radio and national community with his many publications. It is my great pleasure and honor to present Dr. Tim Leahy, Professor of Medicine at the Larner College of Medicine and Infectious Disease Physician at the UVM Medical Center, with the 2022 Leonard Tao Humanism in Faculty Award. Congratulations, Dr. Leahy, and thank you for all you have done for our students and community. Okay, and now for our student recipients. So the following were comments written on behalf of this year's student recipients of the Leonard Tao and Humanism Award. Noreen has a strong sense of the emotional needs of often misunderstood patients and is thus able to provide them with the utmost compassion and together creates a road to recovery. Noreen is incredibly empathic and engaged in providing emotionally sensitive care. Because their work highlights the importance of compassion and sensitivity to emotional needs in the provision of excellent clinical care. Noreen represents the very best of us in medicine. They not only excelled academically, they're motivated to not only identify injustice, but also speak out against it. Noreen has also been actively involved with the needle exchange and other important community efforts. I can think of no one more deserving student for this award. So it is my pleasure to present Noreen Damji with the 2022 Leonard Tao Humanism in Medicine Award. Congratulations, Noreen. Okay, so going back to the one of the faculty Alpha Omega Alpha Awards, Dr. Ritvo just arrived, so I wanted to repeat, it is our honor to present Dr. Ritvo from the Psychiatry Department at the Central Vermont Medical Center as one of our Alpha Omega Alpha Faculty Award recipients. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Rich and Alexa. And congratulations to all our AOA and GHHS award recipients. So next up, please welcome Dr. Charlie Mclean, Associate Dean of Primary Care, to the stage.
I'm not sure why you're applauding. I didn't get an award. So it's my great pleasure this afternoon to recognize the Vermont AX Scholars from the class of 2022. The Area Health Education Center Program, or AHEC, is a national program supported in part by the U.S. Health Resources and Services Administration. The goal of the AHEC programs across the country is to improve the health of communities by helping train the next generation of health professionals. AHEC is especially focused on connecting health professionals to underserved communities in both urban and rural areas. The goal of the Vermont AHEC Scholars Program here at the Larner College of Medicine is to provide students with a deeper understanding of the social and cultural factors that influence an individual's overall health, as well as their access to health care. The AHEC scholars being recognized today have supplemented their education and completed projects that have addressed the following priorities: social determinants of health, importance of interprofessional collaboration, integration of behavioral health into primary care, the impact of the opioid prescribing in our communities, cultural competence and cultural humility, and using quality improvement approaches to transform the way we deliver care. Students, I'm hopeful that as you proceed along the pathway from residency to medical practice, you will continue to demonstrate your commitment to addressing the complexities of the determinants of health and the complexities of our healthcare system, including needs for diversity, distribution, and transformation in medical practice. I'm confident that you and your fellow honorees will be outstanding representatives of the Larner College of Medicine and of the AHEC Scholars Program. Congratulations and thanks for your commitment. So we have a lot of people to honor. If you haven't picked up your sash, Patty Uri, raising her hand, she has your certificate and your sash. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mclean, and congratulations to all of our AHEC scholars from the class of 2022. The next portion of our program recognizes our graduating seniors who have demonstrated clinical excellence in their career specialty, excellence in patient care, and in service to the community. I would like to especially thank the faculty for attending this event to present these awards. So first, I'd like to ask Doctors Amanda Kolb, Kevin Abnett, Katie Dolbeck, Mark Passanen, and Dennis Beatty to present our first group of department awards.
Hello, my name's Amanda Kolb, and I'm the Family Medicine Clerkship Director, and we have 3 awards to present today from the Department of Family Medicine. Our first award is brand new. This is the first year we'll be presenting this, and we're excited to announce the Fisher Family Award for a student who demonstrates excellence in family medicine. Dr. Fisher graduated from the University of Vermont Medical School, AOA, in 1957. He spent his career as a family medicine practitioner in Hamden, Connecticut. This award was established by the friends and family of Daniel G. Fisher, MD, to honor his compassion and dedication to his patients and his profession. This evening's recipient truly embodies what it means to be a family physician. Even as a medical student, her ability to create safe spaces, develop longitudinal relationships with patients and their families, as well as identify and then change a community access need, shows she will become a welcome asset wherever she practices. We are delighted to announce the inaugural recipient of the Fisher Award, Emma Hall. Who I don't believe is joining us this evening. Our second award is the John P. Fogerty, MD, Leadership in Family Medicine Award. Dr. Fogerty is a family physician who came to the University of Vermont College of Medicine as chair of the Department of Family Medicine in 1995. He quickly gained the respect and admiration of faculty and staff throughout the college, and in 2006, he was the logical leadership choice for interim dean of the College of Medicine. He concurrently served as the Dean of Primary Care and the Director of the Vermont Cancer Society, and now serves as the Dean of Florida State University College of Medicine. This year's recipient is truly dedicated to her patients. She brings joy, humor, and a passion for community to her work. With strong ties to Vermont, she has squeezed the most from her experiences at ELCOM to build a toolbox of skills with plans to bring back her knowledge and leadership as a family physician to rural Vermont. Our 2022 recipient of the John P. Fogerty Award is Lauren Struck. Okay, our last award is the Edward E. Friedman Award for Promise of Excellence in the Practice of Family Medicine. It's given to a graduating student who exemplifies the qualities of trust, integrity, ethics, responsibility, and respect for patients. Dr. Friedman was a University of Vermont College of Medicine graduate and a family physician in Vermont. Through his dedication and vision, Dr. Friedman became the first chairperson for the Department of Family Medicine at UVM. This year's recipient is someone I've had the pleasure of working with since her time as a medical assistant in my clinic, and she's demonstrated kindness, humility, and hard work since I've met her. It's been remarkable to see her growth during her time at ELCOM, and we're now so lucky to have her with us in the ranks of family medicine. We're delighted to announce that Mary Ann Barnum is the 2022 recipient of this award, and unfortunately wasn't able to join us this evening. But congratulations.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kevin Abnett, and I'm one of the anesthesiologists here at the Medical Center. It is truly an honor to be in front of all of you today, and I want to remind us that we're all here at the front end of a very long tradition, and that we represent, and the people we represent, is a culture and a community. And there is one person, and each of us has the opportunity with our actions to leave things better than we found them. There was one person in our anesthesia department who left a great legacy that still informs us today, and that is Dr. John E Mezuzan. And I'm here today to present an award. The anesthesia department votes each year of a medical student who has the most outstanding performance and exemplifies the character and quality of Dr. Mezuzan. I want to tell you a little bit about Dr. Mezuzan, and then I'll announce our winner tonight. John Mezuzan was a Vermonter, born in Northfield in 1928, and was planning to follow his father into the newspaper business. And in high school, he became ill, feverish, and lapsed into a coma. His team was able to get some emergency release penicillin from the U.S. military, and John was the first civilian to receive the wonder drug in Vermont. He made a full recovery, and I believe this influenced his decision. He graduated from high school, took his undergraduate degree from Boston College, and then returned to UVM for medical school and took a medical degree in 1952. A year at the Mass General doing anesthesia, 2 years in the Air Force, and then he was called back to Vermont by the mercurial patriarch of Vermont anesthesia, Dr. John E. Mezuzan. Dr. Mezuzan was such an honest and decent man that he was often fired in the morning and then rehired because of exceptional clinical abilities by the afternoon. He eventually became the director of the group and then was responsible for folding this private practice into the University of Vermont, forming the anesthesia department, and was named their first chair of surgery. He was an amazing clinician. He was an able and kind administrator and a friend and a mentor to all. In a short word, he was a beloved man. And he has set a tone that continues to this day. So I'd like to announce our award winner. There was quite a competition, but the winner was clear. And the winner was Sally Clark, soon to be MD. Sally is intelligent, she is energetic, and she's brave. She used her initiative to come shadows with early in the first year. She was able to see the full range of anesthesia and formed a number of relationships in the department and led to some research work. We are all thrilled that she has been fortunately matched to us and will join us this summer. And I have no doubt that she will continue the legacy of Dr. Mezuzan and will leave many things better than she found them. So congratulations, Sally, an award well deserved.
All right. So I know most of you, but I'm Katie Dolbeck, and I'm the course director for emergency medicine. We have 3 awards to present tonight. I'll start with the first one because this person is not here. And I am honored to present the Asep and Emra National Outstanding Medical Student Award to Nikki Tergen. Nikki can't be here tonight, unfortunately. But this award recognizes up to 10 fourth-year EM-bound medical students nationally who excel in humanism, professionalism, leadership and service to medical organizations, community service, research, and academic excellence. Throughout her medical school career, Nikki has exemplified humanism, professionalism, community service, research, and academic excellence. She has been involved in numerous committees, leadership groups, teams, and task forces at the local, regional, and national level. She has dedicated herself to social justice and health equity, putting her money where her mouth is, organizing and advocating to government representatives at local, regional, and national levels, providing care to underserved populations, including the migrant farm workers, and even developing an entire social determinants of health curriculum that runs in parallel to the emergency medicine curriculum, and you were all the first group to go through. In the clinical setting, Nikki exemplifies all the attributes of a professional, curious, socially minded, clinical scholar who will undoubtedly continue her passionate efforts to provide this care as she moves forward in her training and her career, and she will become a leader in the field of emergency medicine. I'm really excited to have her join the ranks of EM. So we'll just give a little round of applause for Nikki, who can't be here. All right, second award. I am thrilled to present the Society for Academic Emergency Medicine Excellence in Emergency Medicine Award to Tierra Lynch. This award is made available to each medical school to select a senior medical student who has demonstrated excellence in the specialty of emergency medicine. Watching Tierra work in the ED is like watching a fish swim in the lake. She is clearly comfortable and at home there. She possesses clinical acumen, procedural skill, and a sense of the bigger picture that makes it look like she's been practicing in the ED for years. And she retains humility despite that skill. Her enthusiasm is contagious, and her presence raises the level of positive energy around her. She has a bright future as an ED doc, and I'm thrilled to have her join me as a colleague. All right, and our third award, it is my pleasure to present the Asep Emra Medical Student Professionalism and Leadership Award to Taylor Marquis. This award recognizes one fourth-year EM-bound medical student per medical school who excels in humanism, professionalism, and leadership service. I got to know Taylor during his time of the first year of med school when he started shadowing me in his free time, and he continued to remain engaged in emergency medicine throughout his medical school career. He also became engaged at the regional and national level through research, publications, presentations, and leadership in multiple organizations. Taylor's humble, kind, curious, and proactive, always looking for ways to help while elevating others. Taylor brings a smile, a positive attitude, and unwavering professionalism to everything he does. He will undoubtedly remain a leader in the field of emergency medicine. Congratulations, Taylor, on an award. Well deserved.
Super fun to be here. My name is Mark Passon, and I'm the Vice Chair of Education for the Department of Medicine. I'm absolutely delighted to give the Amadon Award. And it's the Ellsworth Amadon Award for Outstanding Proficiency in Internal Medicine. I think you could imagine I didn't name that. It has been around for many years, so it's a wonderful award. Dr. Amadon was actually born in Barnet, Vermont, and ended up at the University of Vermont in 1932, graduated, and then taught here and practiced here for over 40 years, and really touched the lives of gazillions of patients and over 1,600 learners. In 1989, we actually ended up naming our chair, the E.L. Amadon Chair of Medicine. That's currently held by Dr. Parsons. The award in his honor is given to an outstanding senior student who plans a career in internal medicine and demonstrates the qualities of a continual learner as well as an effective teacher. The recipient of the Ellsworth Amadon Award demonstrates excellence in the practice of medicine, as well as a commitment to teaching and research in the pursuit of sharing knowledge. I'm pleased to announce that the class of 22, the recipient is Eric Mclean, who is actually here, so that's awesome. I have some things to say about Eric real quickly. Eric has excelled in his rotations in the Department of Medicine. His attendings describe him, and these are quotes, so sorry if I read for a sec. A humble, inquisitive, and curious learner with a deep and accessible fund of knowledge. And note that his genuine interest, strong work ethic, patient-centeredness, and unwavering positive attitude make him someone everyone wanted to work with. As evidence to his commitment to scholarship, he's done extensive research on lung disease, with particular attention to the relationship between obesity and asthma, and that's resulted in numerous publications. He's also a wonderful citizen and really everything that he's part of, with activities ranging from mentorship to volunteer work with the UVM Health Network COVID response, to providing assistance to food and clothing to those in need, to leadership on a bunch of different interest groups. And that included co-leading the internal medicine interest group. No matter what he's involved in, he strives to be active and an engaged participant, whether that's keeping an old Trek bike alive and well that his dad handed him down, to keeping the Specimen Cup going, in which we play against Dartmouth in hockey. His high degree of engagement and professionalism have contributed to his being elected to the Gold Humanism Honor Society by his peers. So to summarize, Eric has been an outstanding student within the Department of Medicine with wonderful accomplishments in the clinical, scholarship, and citizenship arenas. We're absolutely delighted that he's joining the internal medicine community, and I'm proud to present this well-deserved award. I'm going this way, even though I know I'm supposed to go that way. Let's this way.
Hi everyone, I'm Dennis Beatty. I'm a general internist and clerkship director for our outpatient medicine clerkship. And just want to say the Department of Medicine and the Division of General Internal Medicine is delighted to present the Laura Weed Award. Laura Weed was one of the original founders of Given Healthcare and participated in the first implementation of the problem-oriented medical record developed by Dr. Larry Weed. Dr. Laura Weed devoted her professional life to excellence in patient care. This award is given to a senior student who best exemplifies the traits for which Dr. Weed was recognized: scholarship, service, and clinical excellence. For the class of 2022, I'm pleased to announce the recipient of the Laura Weed Award for Clinical Excellence, Ashley Peterson. She's not here, so we get to talk about her. So Ashley came back to Vermont after receiving a degree in mechanical engineering at Northeastern University, during which time she helped develop and patent a model using ultrasound guidance for providers to practice venous cannulation in children. At the Larner College of Medicine, she has exhibited strong academic and clinical achievement, having earned awards for excellence in both basic sciences and clinical skills. She received high praise from all her evaluators during her inpatient and outpatient medicine clerkships and AIs, including comments about her work ethic, bedside manner, clinical reasoning and judgment, and professionalism. She has been involved in multiple extracurricular and outreach activities, including Design Med and running student interest groups, has volunteered as a student ambassador at the Woodside Project, the Queen City Memory Cafe, and she co-founded the Phone Buddies program to help reduce the isolation and loneliness of elders during the pandemic. She has presented at national meetings on her work involving a clinical reasoning curriculum and a redesign of the perioperative process. She was inducted into the Gold Humanism Honor Society. We're very proud to have Ashley join the internal medicine community, and we are pleased to present this well-deserved award to her today. Thank you very much.
Quick announcement, I have been informed that the bar is open, so don't all rush to the bar at once, but just so you're aware. Thank you to all of our recent presenters, and congratulations to that amazing group of students. Next up, please welcome Drs. Fatima Sobani, Aaron Morris, and Justin DeAngelis.
Hi, everyone. I'm Fatima Sobani. I'm a vascular neurologist, and I'm one of the neurology clerkship co-directors. I'm here on behalf of our team to present 2 awards from the Department of Neurology, and on behalf of my colleagues, Dr. Timothy Fries and Dr. Noah Kolb, and our coordinator, Jennifer Provencher, to our students. The first award that I would be presenting is the Herbert Martin Award. Dr. Martin was the 2nd neurologist in the state of Vermont. His legacy was notable. He was one of the first Vermont specialists to offer his expertise to small hospitals and clinics outside of the Burlington. For more than 30 years, without fail, he provided neurological care to patients at Adirondack Medical Center, as well as Lake Placid Hospital, and many other small hospitals in the state of Vermont and New York. Dr. Martin was the sports neurologist for the Lake Placid Winter Olympics in 1982. He was an outstanding clinician and provided care for an extraordinary number of patients with great efficiency and effectiveness, and he also provided care like primary care services for some of his patients. The Martin Award is presented to a medical student who demonstrates excellence in clinical neurology throughout the course of their neurology clerkship, as well as their senior electives within the neurology department. This year's award goes to Adam Moorhead, who I am delighted to say will be staying here with us for his neurology residency. And I would like to tell you some about Adam. Adam did his neurology clerkship during the time of the cyber attack, when we were still dealing with the challenges related to the COVID pandemic, and the cyber attack added to the challenges. The neurology residents mentioned that Adam had a very instrumental role within the team, and many of them made the comment that they didn't know what they would have done without him. He also excelled during his senior year neurology clerkship electives, including neurophysiology and acting internship, and he was always described as upbeat, curious, compassionate, and he had the trust of his patients and the neurology team. He additionally excelled during his neurophysiology elective and was able to educate his peer students, neurology residents, and even attendings with what he had learned during his rotation. So Adam, we're very excited that you're staying here, and congratulations. The second award is the American Academy of Neurology Student Prize for Excellence in Neurology. This award is given to a student who has shown unusual promise and potential for a career in neurology. And while our department has been fortunate to have 6 graduating students who all performed at a very high level in their neurology rotations and all matched very well in residency, we are delighted to present this award to Maggie Carey. Maggie's infectious positivity and remarkable drive, her impressive knowledge of clinical neurology, and her laudable problem-solving skills were strong reasons for choosing her for this award. Her interest in neurology is long-standing, and she has accolades in everything, from scholarship to teaching. During her clerkship, she was performing at the level of an intern, and our colleagues have informed us that during her acting internship, she was performing at the level of a seasoned PGY2 neurology resident. More on her stellar academic performance, she has produced a series of informative and entertaining podcasts for students rotating in neurology. And she has worked on multiple research projects, including a project on chronic inflammatory demyelinating polyneuropathy, and recently has submitted the manuscript for publication. To tell more about Maggie's dedication to neurology, she started a small company, and she is donating its benefits, its profits to a neurologic cause. Her intelligence, compassion, work ethic, and positive outlook will with no doubt lead her to a bright future in academic neurology. Maggie will be going to Harvard for her neurology residency, and we will truly miss her. Congratulations, Maggie.
right. I'm Erin Morris. I'm the OBGYN Clerkship Director. Me and Justin DeAngelis, the co-director, are both here tonight to present the OBGYN Awards. There are 2 of them. I have the pleasure of presenting the Kirby Award for academic excellence in obstetrics, gynecology, and reproductive sciences. This award is given to a graduating medical student going into OBGYN who has demonstrated the greatest academic excellence and academic proficiency, as voted on by our department faculty. The Kirby Award was established by Mrs. May Kirby of Haverhill, New Hampshire, in memory of her husband, who is Moses Dyer Kirby, who is a part of the UVM class of 1873. This award was actually first given in 1930 and has continued to be given to this day. It includes a cash prize as well. This year, I am honored to award the Kirby Award for Academic Excellence in OBGYN to Gia Epin. I have words for Gia. She's a really wonderful example of a student who has used her time during medical school to really make a positive impact on her local school, our department, and the community around her. She's held multiple leadership roles. As a student representative to the AAMC, she's participated in multiple medical education research. She's presented multiple projects on the national scene in medical education. She's served on the wellness committee, the admissions committee, part of our student interest group. During the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic, she used her non-medical skills to manage partnerships and social media advertising for the Vermont chapter of Frontline Foods, which provided more than 3,000 meals to local frontline workers and received national recognition for raising more and reinvesting more than $10 million into the restaurant industry. She later worked as a volunteer giving COVID-19 vaccinations to frontline workers at Norwalk Hospital. In our department, she's done really impressive research, completing a project on enhanced recovery after surgery. She implemented a protocol and got it baked into Epic by working with IT, and so we still use this today. During her time with us, she's really stood out for being a team player. Gia is a natural leader. She has a warmth and positivity that makes everyone around her feel heard and accepted. She's someone who really elevates others and leads by example. So Gia has matched into OBGYN residency at Case Western Metro Health in Cleveland, Ohio, where I'm sure she'll continue to be a leader in the field. Congratulations, Gia.
Good evening. I'm Justin DeAngelis. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of OBGYN and the associate clerkship director for the OBGYN clerkship. And tonight I have the honor and privilege of presenting the John Van Sicklen Meck Academic Robe Award to one of our graduating seniors at the Larner College of Medicine. Dr. Meck was the chair of the OBGYN department for many years, and this Robe Award was given in honor of the strongest overall OBGYN performer in the College of Medicine graduating class. Dr. Meck was a UVM lifer, graduated from UVM as an undergrad and then again in medical school, and following his military training, he returned to UVM in 1948 as the chair of the department, which he held for 28 years until his retirement in 1976. He was a champion of reproductive rights, midwifery care, and research. Dr. Meck passed away in 1988, after which his family endowed the chair of the Department of OBGYN in his name, as well as his robe, to be passed down to future medical students. Since apparently that robe has aged somewhat poorly and may be neither the correct size nor fashion for our current students, as an alternative, we reward students with a ceremonial stole with the same gravitas and honor that his robe would endow. At this time, I would like to formally present this award, and this year's John Van Sicklen Meck Robe Award goes to Kaylin Gregory Davis. Kaylin is a remarkable... I didn't write pause for applause. Kaylin is a remarkable student and leader with memberships to the Gold Humanism and AOA Honor Societies. She has spent her career at LCOM excelling in all areas and also supporting her own goals and interests in furthering maternal health and reproductive rights. We can think of no better recipient for this award, and we know that she will shine brightly in her remaining time here at Larner which I guess is very short, and her long and fruitful career as an OBGYN. For this award, we provide this stole for you to wear during the graduation ceremony. End of speech.
Thank you, Dr. Sobani, Dr. Morris, and Dr. DeAngelis. And congratulations to all the recipients. So unfortunately, Dr. Claude Nicholas is unable to join us this evening, but I'm delighted on behalf of the Department of Orthopedics to present the next award. So just bear with me as I read the remarks off my phone. So I am pleased to present the Dr. and Mrs. Nathaniel Gold 37 Prize for Outstanding Achievements in Orthopedic Surgery. Dr. Gould and his wife Edith were native Vermonters from Barrie. Dr. Gould graduated from the University of Vermont College of Medicine, and after many years of private practice in Massachusetts, returned to join the full-time faculty in 1976. He retired as Professor Emeritus in 1986. Dr. Gould was a pioneer in the area of foot and ankle surgery. He was regarded as a novel, independent, innovative thinker. In 2009, he and Mrs. Gould endowed this gift. For those of you who may not know, and I can't speak from my personal experience, but pretend I'm speaking from the experience of orthopedic surgeons, being an orthopedic surgeon has to be one of the best jobs in the world. Unfortunately, in medical school curricula around the country, this is a closely held secret, the code to which only a few have cracked. This year, the orthopedic department recognizes one of your peers who became enlightened at an early age in their medical school career and seized all the opportunities that were presented. Alexa Pius excelled in the classroom, in the clinics, and with musculoskeletal research. She worked on several studies with Dr. Bruce Benyon and our musculoskeletal research group. This body of work included research that appeared with her as the lead author in the Journal of Orthopedics and was titled, Articulate Cartilage Thickness Changes Differ Between Males and Females 4 Years Following Anterior Cruciate Ligament Reconstruction. At the current point in time, she has completed 2 additional studies that are under peer review in the American Journal of Sports Medicine. Alexa has done an outstanding job of presenting and publishing an impressive volume of high-quality work. It is obvious to us that she recognized the beauty of orthopedics and pursued it relentlessly. But like all good things, the curtain is closing on this act of Alexa's Vermont academic career. Next year, she will be taking her skills and talents to Redwood City, California as an intern resident in the Stanford Healthcare Program. Alexa, congratulations on earning the Gould Prize for 2022. On behalf of the Department of Orthopedics and Rehabilitation, we are proud that you will be continuing your training at Stanford and wish you the best in your future career as an orthopedic surgeon. Next, I invite Dr. Lewis First, Dr. Jeremiah Dickerson, Dr. Kristen DeStichter, Dr. Jessica Cinto-Gonzalez, and Dr. Christine Wojawoda to present our last group of department awards.
I am not Lewis First. In a moment, you will get to hear from the chair of the Department of Pediatrics. But first, I always wanted to do that. First, I want to announce a special guest here this evening who was at another reception earlier. This is one of the most active people, the most energetic, and the most busy people on campus, Provost Patty Prelock, back here. Thank you, Provost Prelock. It's amazing the number of events, and if you follow her on Twitter, you know how many events she goes to. The secret is, in between events, she puts on sneakers to go across campus. So Provost Prelock, we're honored that you were able to join us this evening, and now I will step aside for the real doctor first. Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon. It's not evening yet. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Louis First, and if you think I'm going to say to this amazing class that despite all of the welcomes and congratulations you've gotten, I still get to be the first to do so, no, I'm not going to do that. So I have the opportunity to present a couple of awards from the Department of Pediatrics. Before I do that, I just want to again salute your incredible class who has been through so much over the past couple of years. You'll hear a lot of that at graduation, but when I think about your class and what I could say to all of you today who are receiving these honors, whether you're going into pediatrics or not, I said, what can I say to you? And it turns out when I'm ever challenged about what I could say, I turn to the kids at our children's hospital. And I said, what can I tell everybody here at the honors ceremony? And they said, you have to tell them some pandemic riddles. And I said, the pandemic is a very serious thing. This is not something we do riddles, and I don't know any pandemic riddles. And one child says, I've got one for you, Dr. First. I said, all right. I said, why don't chefs tell riddles about the pandemic? Because that would be in bad taste. Another little girl, who's a little older, stands up and says, Dr. First, why don't they get COVID-19 in Antarctica? I said, boy, I don't know. Why? They said, because there, everyone is isolated. All right, I'm going to get started now with the Pediatric Awards. First, I'm going to go in reverse order. I want to give out the Lucy Prizes. We've never done this at the honors ceremony, but the Gerald and Ingela Lucy Early Career Investigator Prize for Innovation in Infant and Child Health is named for Jerry Lucy and his wife Ingela. Jerry Lucy, if you don't know, was the second member of our department hired in the mid-1950s and has hit the ground running. He championed innovation. For those of you who know, in this country, he brought phototherapy for hyperbilirubinemia, the introduction of artificial surfactant for hyaline membrane disease, and founded the Vermont Oxford Network, which now has over 1,300 neonatal intensive care units sending their data so that here in Vermont and around the world, we can turn out even better high-quality outcomes in our high-risk infants. So there's a prize we give to Jerry in honor of Jerry Lucy. He was a pioneer for innovation in the category of medical student, resident, fellow, as well as in junior faculty. And I'm going to talk about the students in the sense that last year we gave this award, and it came just after the honor ceremony, but it went to a member of your class, Dr. Jennifer Holland, who is one of the first members of our College of Medicine to take a full-year fellowship in research, spent time in a Vermont Child Health Improvement Program, and did a project called Healthcare Utilization Patterns of Adolescent and Young Adults in Vermont. That has led to multiple publications. It has led to her really wanting to pursue a career in health services research, and she will be doing so at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. She received her plaque and honor last year, but she's part of your class. So again, I don't think is Jen here? I don't think she is. But give a round of applause for Jennifer Holland. This year, the recipient of this prize, and there were many from the first year class all the way through your class who put in proposals. You don't have to be going into pediatrics to apply for this. So it was great to see multiple disciplines applying for the Innovation Award. But it's going to go this year to Dr.-to-be Melanie Parzial for her work on functional outcomes after therapeutic hypothermia. You have to do hypothermia in Vermont because that's where it's cold to do, okay? For neonates in rural Vermont and New York. This is a project that has earned the respect and admiration, not just of our neonatologists, but basically of our entire department. It will lead to publications. It is making a big difference in how we manage infants. And Dr. Parzial has given so much in terms of her academics, her clinical work, and her spirit of innovation. Not to mention, boy, does she sing well. She will be headed to do all of those things at the University of Chicago. So congratulations, Melanie. And the other award, actually, before I do that award, Dr. Zala made the comment that in the past there had been limericks at this event. And this was started by neurology in a little bit of a sparring contest. It didn't happen this year, but I always, think, what can I do for your class? And I did want to, yesterday, by the way, was National Limerick Day. So in your honor, and realizing no one else has brought a limerick, it was BYOL. Here we go. Today I salute your great class. As MDs, you cannot be surpassed. You all will do well. In fact, you'll all go to hell, being your patients get better real fast. There's a second verse. And so 4 years at Larner are through, and your class has been one heck of a crew. You saw through doom and gloom with the magic of Zoom. Here's to you, class of 2022. There we go. All right, now, which brings me to the Ralph Sussman Prize for Excellence in Pediatrics. Ralph Sussman was a pediatrician in this community, practiced for many years. He was named after the room on the 7th floor of the McClure building, the Sussman room. Okay, maybe it's the other way around. But he was the pediatrician's pediatrician. He was the go-to person who exemplified the humanism, the clinical acumen, basically the spirit of what it means to make a difference in the future by taking care of infants, children, and adolescents. And so when he passed away, his family, along with the Medical Alumni Association, put together a prize that exemplifies and is given to a graduating student who exemplifies all of the qualities of Dr. Sussman Plus. And I have to say, before I announce this year's winner, this was the first time in our department's history that every single student in your class going into pediatrics or med peds got votes and accolades from our faculty for this award. Every single person going into pediatrics, which I thought was remarkable, with wonderful things that I don't have the time to tell you. But when the dust settled and we finally counted all of the ballots, I am delighted that the winner of this year's Sussman Prize is Dr.to-be PJ Tran. PJ has hit the ground running from the moment she started. She has been actively involved in so many of our pediatric activities, Pediatric Student Interest Group. Her research, her advocacy, her leadership, her team spirit, and her clinical acumen combined with, she's like the child whisperer, in taming, but you name the child, she can be there. And in good moments and not so good moments, she has earned the respect and admiration of our entire department. And again, along with all of your classmates, this is a great year for all of you going into pediatrics, but PJ, congratulations. And she will be heading off to the University of Colorado. Melanie is going to University of Chicago, I should have said that. But PJ, Colorado's gain is our loss. And I'll leave you with one last one from the kids. Knock, knock. Wanda, congratulate all of you on the upcoming graduation. There you go. Have a great day, everybody.
Always a tough act to follow. My gosh. My name is Jeremiah Dickerson. I'm a pediatric psychiatrist, and I have to say, I'm thinking about what would have happened if I asked my patients this week to give me a knock-knock joke, and I feel like the tone of the room would change pretty dramatically, so I'll elect not to share. But anyway, I am the Director of Medical Student Education in Psychiatry and also direct the Psychiatry Clerkship, and I'm presenting the William Sweetser Award for Excellence in Psychiatry. And just a little bit about William Sweetser. He was the professor of the theory and practice of medicine here at UVM. And he was here in 1825. And that was almost 200 years ago, right? And so I didn't know him. But he really established his reputation at that point as an outstanding teacher and began his pioneering work in psychosomatic medicine. At UVM, Sweetser taught what was called heroic medicine at the time, and taught students essentially how to bloodlet and use leeches in order to treat illness. So things have changed. But he also wrote a landmark text on mental hygiene. He argued for a closer examination of the patient's personal history. And he believed a study of the patient's mental life could lead to a more complete understanding of the causes of bodily disease and be important to the design of effective treatment, something that I think we all take for granted. So we have a really wonderfully talented group of students who are entering our field from the class of 2022. And it's been my pleasure to sort of mentor and advise a lot of these students who really exemplify sort of top-notch excellence, both academically, clinically, as well as thinking about sort of the humanity of medicine as well. I'm going to say, quite proud of our amazing faculty who have really worked tirelessly over the past couple years, effectively sharing their passions and love of psychiatry in spite of working really, really hard with students who have been so eager and so reflective during this time. So one of these eager and reflective students is who the faculty have chosen for this year's Sweetser Award. The student strives to understand a patient in the ways that exemplify Sweetser's philosophy of the importance of examining one's mental life in order to truly appreciate and understand disease. And so I'm really proud to represent our faculty in offering this award to Rachel Harrison. Rachel's not here. You guys can clap. Thanks. But Rachel's a rock star, I think, and we'll miss her deeply, and we're quite confident that with her move back to North Carolina, she'll really prove to be an outstanding clinician and continue to shine, especially in the world of child psychiatry. I could stand up here for hours kind of just reciting Rachel's accomplishments and accolades. Faculty really praise her advocacy strengths, both at an individual level and at a more sort of global systems level as well. She's a thoughtful, community-oriented, and humble woman who really demonstrated impressive leadership skills here at LCOM. And she has just this really energizing passion, particularly around LGBTQ health issues. And I think that we can all agree on how important such passion is going to be, thinking about the next several years and what's really affecting a lot of the kids around our country. So I'm really happy and excited to really welcome Rachel to our field. So congratulations, Rachel.
Okay, I'm grateful to be here tonight and not on the floor. Congratulations to all of you. I'm Kristen DeStichter, I'm the chair of radiology, and I am here to present the Walter Dodd MD Award for Excellence in Radiology. And I want to tell you a fascinating story about Walter Dodd, who was born in 1869 in London, but moved to Boston as a janitor at Harvard. And at that time, a janitor would not just clean and sweep the floors, but would also prepare materials for experiments. And he became really interested in experiments and subsequently got a degree in chemistry while he was at Harvard. And he continued his studies in chemistry and eventually became the chief apothecary at Mass General Hospital, which was a druggist, or what we know today as a pharmacist. And increasingly, among the apothecary's duties in the late 1800s was to be the hospital medical photographer. So he quickly picked up the skills of photography, both taking photos and developing film. Now think about the late 1800s, because you'll remember that in 1895, Willem Röntgen discovered the radiograph. And Dr. Dodd showed that X-rays could be used to take photos of bones. And he was excited about the innovation in this realm and quickly became the hospital photographer and radiographer at Mass General Hospital. And in fact, he was the person who designed the early X-ray generators. In 1900, he started Harvard Medical School to become a physician. And this is where it gets really interesting, because he, after the first year, decided that he needed to go someplace where he could be more cultivated in his education. So where did he go? He came to the medical school of the University of Vermont, where he earned his medical degree. When he was done, he returned to MGH and was instrumental in developing the first chest radiographs He officially made the first radiologist position at MGH and was appointed the first instructor in röntgenology at Harvard Medical School and held both of those titles until his death. He was an expert at fixing, repairing, and improving X-ray machines, and what he's really known for is developing the first field X-ray unit in World War I, which is still, that model is still used today. The contribution was the application of X-ray to surgery, in which rapid, accurate diagnosis could be made using radiographs to locate bullets, needles, glass, and to look for broken bones. Like many other people of his time, Dr. Dodd was unaware of the dangers of X-ray, and his devotion to work was most exemplified by his determination to carry on, despite the fact that nearly from the beginning, he suffered from recurring burns on his skin, crippling erosions, and unbearable pain. He underwent over 50 surgical procedures to treat X-ray damage and subsequently died from X-ray-induced cancer. In a journal article from 1917, just after his death, the author of that article noted about Walter Dodd, "A life such as his gives charity new meaning." The 2022 Walter Dodd MD Award for Excellence in Radiology goes to Adrian Berg. Adrian proved himself a strong knowledge base and is quick to grasp more sophisticated concepts of anatomy and pathophysiology in radiology in his interpretation of studies. He took great initiative to actively participate in the review, synthesis, and reporting of cases, and went well beyond expectations of most medical students, evident in his rotations in radiology and in his work on departmental research. The field of radiology will be lucky to have Adrian, and he will undoubtedly thrive in his medical career. We're very proud that he'll be going to Emory next year for a residency in integrated diagnostic and interventional radiology. And tonight I have an engraved pen and pencil set, and we have the certificate back in the radiology department. Sorry I didn't get that, but please come up and congratulate.
Hello, I'm Dr. Centolo Gonzalez from the Department of Surgery. I'm very honored to present 3 awards on behalf of the Department of Surgery. I have the honor to run the Surgical Resident Readiness course, which is held for students going into surgery across surgical subspecialties. So I get to meet all the wonderful students who are going into surgical subspecialties who are a truly impressive bunch, who work really hard. So I can say that knowing and having met these students, this was a competitive field, but we have 3 very deserving students to present tonight. So the first award is the Howe Award. This award was established by Harry E. Howe and Theo Howe to recognize excellence in a senior surgery student. Originally from Vermont, Dr. Howe practiced surgery in Canton, New York for 30 years before retiring in Quechua. He still visits his medical school alma mater. He graduated in 1952, and he donated a copy of his autobiography to the Vermont History section of the Dana Medical Library. The Howes also established a scholarship and the teaching award through their generous contributions. The recipient of this award is Nicole Worshoven. She impressed the surgical faculty with her academic achievement, her clinical skills, her research accomplishments, and also rose to the top because for this award, students do submit a paper of 1,000 words or less on the attributes of an outstanding physician. And I won't go into what she wrote because that's personal, but I have to say that the faculty these are blinded, so we did not know who wrote it, but the faculty on the committee were all very impressed with her attitude and understanding of an outstanding physician and surgeon, and so she is very deserving of this award. She is matched in otolaryngology at the University of Colorado. Unfortunately, is not with us tonight, but I want to extend our congratulations. The next award is the H. Gordon Page Award. This award honors Gordy Page of class of 1945, a deeply respected and beloved surgeon who served on the faculty here for many years, teaching and mentoring generations of students prior to retiring in 1991. And while I don't have the privilege of having known him personally, the faculty that, as we discuss this award, talk about Dr. Gordy Page as a real general surgeon, so someone who's capable of really dealing with almost anything that can be thrown their way. And so this really goes to a student who is going into general surgery and embodies that ability to be versatile and hardworking and a true general surgeon. I'm honored to present this to Megan Boyer. She did 3 AIs across surgical subspecialties, including acute care, so trauma surgery, cardiothoracic surgery, and general surgery, and honored in all of them. We rotated in our surgical oncology clinic for an afternoon, and everyone's impressed with how hard she worked, how excellent her patient care was, and what an amazing attitude she had. I personally worked with her for research and just know that she is a hardworking, smart, and just amazing, again, amazing attitude and something you really need to be a versatile general surgeon. I think she is going to really excel. She's matched in general surgery at the University of Rochester, where she'll be a great asset to the program and a great asset to general surgery. So congratulations. And our last award is the Pilter Award. So this award was established by David and Suzanne Pilter in honor of David's parents, Eleanor and Louis, who embodied these features of devotion to family and patients with a high regard for ethics and honesty. David was a vascular surgeon here at UVM, and unfortunately passed away in September of 2012. We are honored that his legacy can be carried on here through this award. And in particular, this student shall be chosen as representing the qualities of Eleanor and Louis Pilter of devotion of family and patients with a high regard to ethics and honesty. I'm very delighted to award this, to present this award to Emily Eakin. She really stood out also among the faculty, again, for these particular characteristics of ethics, honesty, and I would just say real devotion to the team, to patients, to fellow medical students. She also had honors in 3 of her surgical AIs, and these are very hard rotations, so doing 3 of them shows incredible work ethic across general surgery, CT surgery, and surgical oncology. She developed a curriculum to help medical students transition into the operating room, increase comfort, and also assess sort of the experience, and educate us about respect for students and having them be comfortable in the OR, taking her experience as a patient care assistant and sharing that with her students, and also did really incredible research for this curriculum that impressed everyone in our department. She was excellent with her patient care academics, and I have to say when she rotated, I believe, twice in surgical oncology and really functioned at the level of an intern, where she took on responsibility when we were short staff and really stepped up when that was needed. So we're all delighted to present this award from the Department of Surgery to Emmy Eakin. She unfortunately is not here today. She has matched in general surgery at Boston Medical Center at Boston University.
Hello, I'm Christy Wojwoda. I am the Vice Chair for Education for the Department of Pathology and Laboratory Medicine, and I am presenting the College of American Pathologists Distinguished Medical Student Award. So it's got nobody's name attached to it, so I don't have a really cool story. I apologize. This award recognizes a medical student in their quest for pathology knowledge and engagement. We have 4 wonderful students going into pathology this year. but this award is being given to Garrett Chan. Garrett can't be with us today, but Garrett identified his interest in pathology early in his medical school career. He was involved with and became a leader of the Pathology Interest Group, or the PIG. Garrett was awarded the year-long Student Pathology Fellowship between his 3rd and 4th years of medical school, where he stood out for his dedication to his pathology education and research. He completed multiple research projects and presented his work at the United States and Canadian Academy of Pathology National Meeting. We want to say congrats to Garrett and good luck in residency. Thank you.
So congratulations to all of our class of 2022 students who received department awards, and thank you again to all of our faculty presenters for attending today's event to present our student awards. Just in the spirit of, as a pediatric hospitalist and pediatrician, in the spirit of preventative medicine, primary care, and as a pseudo-orthopedic surgeon this evening by presenting that award, I just want to remind future recipients that the stairs are a little bit tricky. They do have 3 steps, so the last step is very small, and it looks like it's almost the floor, so please be careful. I'm sure we have plenty of people here who could respond in the event of an emergency, but just wanted to let everybody know that. So now it is my pleasure to invite members of the Larner College of Medicine class of 2022 student leaders to present awards selected by their classmates to be awarded to their fellow students, to be awarded to faculty and to our staff who have demonstrated excellence in service, leadership, in teaching. So I'd like to turn the microphone back over to Alexa Pius, a class of 2022 student council representative, to present our first award.
Thank you, Dean Zala. The Dean William Eustace Brown Award is chosen by the graduating class and recognizes a student for their broad cultural interests and loyalty to the College of Medicine. Fellow classmates shared the following about our recipient. He's someone who just seeing his name written somewhere makes you smile. He is the epitome of an underserved individual rising to the top and working his hardest to bring light to the needs of people with similar backgrounds. Jose is passionate about providing culturally humble care and attending to the cultural diversity of the various patients we encounter. It is my honor and privilege to present Jose Calderon with the 2022 Dean William Eustace Brown Award. Jose is not able to join us this evening, but we congratulate him, and now I'd like to welcome Matt Brandt to the stage.
Thanks, Alexa. The Lamb Fellowship Award is chosen by the graduating class and is awarded to students for best exemplifying concern and care for the total patient. Fellow students shared this about our recipient: always cares for patients. Short and simple, but so impactful and concise about why this person received this award. This year, the class of 2022 selected future Dr. Adam Fogerty as the recipient of the 2022 Lamb Fellowship Award. Unfortunately, Adam was unable to attend this event, but we send him heartfelt congratulations. The class of 2022 shared the following about this year's Clinical Resident of the Year. Ali works hard to make sure his acting interns continue to learn from every patient, even if we aren't going into his field. He treated me as an intern, giving me independence on my patients while not forgetting that I'm a student and still have things to learn. Ali is the resident who contributed most to my growth and development as a clinician. He was a wonderful teacher and masterful at assessing my skill level and providing suggestions about how to improve. Ali is so incredibly kind. Any work, learning environment he becomes a part of instantly becomes a positive, nurturing one. What an amazing dude. The class of 2022 would like to thank Dr. Ali Jendal, resident in the Department of Internal Medicine at the UVM Medical Center, for his support during our clinical education. I'm thrilled to present you with this year's Clinical Resident of the Year Award. Next up, my classmate, Luke Higgins, a member of the Larner College of Medicine Gender and Sexuality Alliance Student Interest Group, will present our next award.
Thank you. Tonight, I have the pleasure of presenting the Dignity in Medicine Award to a fellow classmate. This award was selected by members of the class of 2022 in recognition of their respect, inclusion, and support for LGBTQ students, colleagues, and patients. It is my great pleasure to present this year's award to Rachel Harrison. Rachel exemplifies in many ways what it means to be a supportive member of the LGBTQ community and has done wonders for patients and for her peers. Unfortunately, Rachel was not able to join us tonight as she's on her honeymoon, but I was told that she's watching from the beach. So we send our congratulations to Rachel, and we'll present her with this award. And then after, I will have Gia Epen come up to present the Colette Award.
Thank you, Luke. Okay, so the recipient of the Colette Award is selected by the graduating class and honors a support staff member who was outstanding during the clinical levels of the curriculum, clerkship, and advanced integration. We actually had to edit down the comments made about this individual to keep our program short. The class of 2022 couldn't say enough. Here are some of the wonderful things our class had to say about this year's recipient of the Colette Award. She has been so helpful with residency applications, it's unreal. I have never met this woman, but she has been instrumental in my quest to design my 4th year of medical school and getting all the things ready to graduate. Without her, I would still be a 3rd-year medical student. In terms of anything relating to residency applications, we would be lost without Emma Faustner. Emma makes the 4th-year world go around. This year's Colette Award recipient is Emma Faustner, Advanced Integration and Residency Placement Coordinator, Larner College of Medicine. Next, please welcome back Rich to present our next award.
All right, thank you, Gia. So our next award is our Clinical Teacher of the Year Award. This year, we are excited to honor recipients who did an incredible job of demonstrating humanism in patient care, including students in the clinical setting, creating an engaging learning environment, and fostering confidence and skill in the students with whom they worked. The following comments were made by the class of 22 about our recipients. Dr. Kaminsky is an instructor that we all consider to be unparalleled in the classroom teaching. It is evident now that after working with him in the hospital, he is also unparalleled in the clinical setting. He teaches clinical concepts with incredible patience, presence, and skill. His teaching is organized and non-judgmental. I think I may have learned even more about medicine in observing his compassionate interactions with colleagues and patients. He is consistently supportive of the providers he works with. He is unhurried and empathetic with patients. It is so wonderful to have an educator that teaches both the scientific and humanistic aspects of medicine. So this year's Clinical Teacher of the Year Award is presented to Dr. David Kaminsky, Professor of Medicine and in the Division of Pulmonary and Critical Care Medicine. Unfortunately, Dr. Kaminsky couldn't be here with us tonight, but thank you and congratulations, Dr. Kaminsky. And now, future Dr. Patrick Clark, our Student Council President, will present our next award.
I was very worried I was going to trip going up the stairs. Hello, everyone. Thanks, Rich. The Harry E. Howe, MD, and Theo Howe Outstanding Teacher of Surgery Award was established by Harry Howe, MD, Class of 52, and his wife, Theo Howe, to recognize and honor excellence in teaching in the Department of Surgery. The students in the graduating class select the faculty member who receives this prize. Students made the following comments about this year's award winner. She is always available at any and all times to help students with any issue. Dr. Dolbeck is a fantastic advanced integration course director, always pushing students as well as providing a safe and fun environment for learning. This year's winner of the Howe Outstanding Surgery Faculty Prize is Dr. Katie Dolbeck, Assistant Professor of Surgery at the Larner College of Medicine and an Emergency Medicine Physician at the UVM Medical Center. Thank you for your incredible teaching and support, Dr. Dolbeck. Congratulations, Dr. Dolbeck. Next, I'd like to introduce Tierra Lynch to present our next award.
Thank you, Pat. So it is my honor to present the award for Clinical Department of the Year. The class of 2022 presents this award to the department which, collectively and consistently, created the most welcoming, instructive learning environment for students and whose faculty and staff demonstrated humanism in medicine and excellence in patient care. The following were some of the comments made about this year's Clinical Department of the Year award winner. The department proves you can eat your cake and have it all by growing a fun, energetic, hardworking, and lovable group of physicians that are all excellent clinical role models. Across the board, every attending and resident was incredibly helpful, kind, and fully devoted to our learning. They wanted us to succeed no matter our chosen path, and that was so evident in every interaction. They supported me in changing my specialty last minute, a month before residency apps. Huge supporter in always checking up on me actively, not passively, and a huge factor in falling in love with the specialty because of all the teaching attendings. The winner of the Clinical Department of the Year award is Emergency Medicine, UVM Medical Center. We invite Dr. Katie Dolbeck and Dr. Mariah McNamara from the Department of Emergency Medicine to accept this award on the behalf of their department.
Congratulations to all our award recipients, our students, our faculty, our staff, our departments. And thank you to the class of 2022 student leaders for presenting these awards. We will conclude our program tonight by honoring graduating seniors selected for our Office of Medical Education Faculty and Alumni Awards for exemplifying the attributes of the individual for which the award was named. I would like to introduce Dr. John Rosen, Associate Dean for Medical Education at our Connecticut Clinical Campus, to present our first award.
Thank you very much. I'm interested in the collagen research because I noticed during the pandemic, one year seems to have less collagen than the other. So I'd like to speak to you after about collagen deposition. So congratulations on your award. Dr. Page and Dr. Zella, thank you for inviting me. It's nights like tonight that really make me so very happy and proud to be part of the University of Vermont and to be, I hope, a good partner for your students who end up in Connecticut. I'm going to present the Joseph Cleary Award. When I applied for this job, I had interviews both in Connecticut and up here, and when I came up here, one of the very impressive things that made this attractive was the fact that John Dewey, a very famous American progressive educator, started his career here. And for those of you who don't know, I think it's over there, there's the John Dewey building. He was a philosopher and educator at the turn of the 20th century. I studied his work in college, and he had a huge influence on the way I think about education, so I took that as a good sign at the Vermont end of the decision to take this position. When I went to Connecticut, I met Joe Cleary, after whom this award is named. Dr. Cleary was the acting associate dean at the time. He was 40 years in the Department of Medicine at Norwalk Hospital. He had served as residency director and clerkship director, and Joe really exemplified the fineness of clinical teaching that I learned existed in Connecticut. Joe was originally from Ohio, but did his training at Yale. He was in the Navy for several years, but then ended up back at Yale for several years, and then moved to Norwalk, where for 40 years he was key in the Department of Education, and really creating a fertile ground for education across Norwalk Hospital and Danbury Hospital. He retired a few years ago. He may be listening tonight. I hope he is. In his retirement, Joe has taken up a passion for local history, and he's doing a study now of the Underground Railroad in Connecticut. So he's got a second act, which I think is very fruitful. In choosing these two students to win the award this year, it reminded me that medical education works for many reasons. We need patients who are willing to be seen by students. We need good curriculum. We need passionate educators. But we also rely very heavily on the generosity and enthusiasm of students. It's a complicated form of education. We ask you to learn a lot in a short period of time. And we have, as we mature in the Connecticut campus, we rely very heavily on the kind of generosity and enthusiasm that students show for our program. So it's a great pleasure to ask Elim Izameli and Zenep Tech to come up and get this award. I know Zenep is here. Zenep, please come up. Zenep was early on an advocate for our program in Connecticut. After her first summer, she was an intern and worked with me in putting together a very complex schedule for our orientation, which she helped guide through, and Zenep didn't take place until this year, but it worked really well, and that's to a great part to your help, so thank you very much. And we will look forward to giving this to Elim at graduation. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Dean Rosen. We're in the final stretch, everybody. It is my pleasure to present our next few awards. So I'm beginning with the Charles T. Schechtman MD 26 Award. This award recognizes medical students for demonstrated excellence in 8 clerkships during their clerkship curriculum. This fund was established in 1994 by Miss Sylvia Schechtman to honor the memory of her husband, Dr. Charles Schechtman, who was in the class of 1926. Dr. Schechtman was a particularly engaged, supportive, and respected undergraduate and College of Medicine alumnus who served as a UVM trustee. I am pleased to announce this year's recipients. I'll start with the individuals who are not in attendance. Mala Keefe, Colby McGinn, Nicole Tergen, Faith Wilson, and then Alina Martel, who is with us this evening. Alina. The next award is the Kersner Prize. This is the Kersner Family Prize and is awarded to a student for outstanding service to the community. And each year it is a very difficult decision given the incredible work our students do locally, nationally, and abroad. This year's recipient of the Kersner Family Prize has been involved in a number of local and national projects. She has created an emergency medicine health equity curriculum, is co-leader of the Social Justice Coalition, is a student ambassador, and is an active member of the Learning Environment and Professionalism Committee. Nationally, they are the chair of advocacy and social engagement for the American College of Emergency Physicians, a leader within the New England Medical Student Council of Emergency Medicine Residents Association, and involved in a number of advocacy groups. It is my pleasure to present this year's Kersner Family Prize to Nicole Tergen for her dedication to the College of Medicine and the local community. Nikki was not able to be here with us this evening, but we definitely send our congratulations to Nikki. The next award is the David Babbitt, MD, Caring and Seeing Award, which honors a physician who for decades served as a role model for students and residents at the Larner College of Medicine. Students selected to receive this award will have demonstrated commitment to medical education, excellence and personal attentiveness in patient care, strong and caring relationships with faculty members, and a commitment to the educational mission of the College of Medicine. This year's recipient has selflessly spoken publicly in support of Deferred Action Childhood Arrival DACA students, sharing his journey to medicine, including their service to our country, and is the founder and co-president of the Latino Medical Student Association Larner College of Medicine chapter. He has made the most of his clinical encounters, cultivating his excellent clinical skills and responding well to feedback. He's clearly passionate about his career in medicine and expresses gratitude for being able to care for patients. Jose is a capable team member and is recognized for his excellent working relationships with all members of the medical team across specialties. His strong empathic stance leads to solid, trusting relationships with patients. He demonstrated the utmost professionalism, is conscientious and thoughtful, and has a strong clinical knowledge base. It is an honor to present this year's David Babbitt, MD, Caring and Seeing Award to Jose Caldron. Unfortunately, Jose was unable to be here tonight, but we send him our congratulations, and this bowl is the prize that goes along with this award, as well as a certificate. So we will be sure to give that gift to Jose without breaking it. So our final award for the evening is the Mildred A. Reardon, MD 67 Award. The Reardon Award is presented to a student for service to the University of Vermont College of Medicine. This year, the medical education leadership team felt there were two students who deserved the honor of receiving this award. And sometimes Dr. Mimi Reardon joins us for the presentation of this award, which comes with a medallion that we ask the students to wear at graduation. Mimi Reardon is on her way back from Ireland as we speak and is unable to join us this evening, but would like to send her congratulations to the recipients. So our first, and both these recipients have been instrumental in the work that I do here at the Larner College of Medicine. It's hard to imagine them graduating and leaving. I definitely will need to call upon them multiple times, so expect me to reach out during residency. Our first recipient is someone who has represented students in all matters related to the curriculum and the inclusivity of our community throughout their 4 years here at the Larner College of Medicine. An advocate for his fellow students, they contributed to several working groups to ensure the equity and inclusivity of medical education. As a community advocate, they volunteered for the Right to Health Action to increase funding and awareness for the many facets of the pandemic, and provided companionship to our elderly community members by connecting with our aging population through regular phone calls to reduce the effects of the pandemic-related isolation. They contributed to the design, organization, and distribution of the Independent Student Analysis Survey, a critical piece of our college's reaccreditation. An affinity group leader, an elected voting member of the Medical Curriculum Committee, this student has been instrumental in professionally representing the student voice to help inform decisions for our medical education program and community. It is my pleasure to present Luke Higgins with the Mildred A. Reardon MD 67 Award. Our second recipient is one of the founding members of the LCOM Cares Committee, which served to respond to the needs that arose at the beginning of the pandemic and continued to work to expand the scope of the program to facilitate community service opportunities for all faculty, staff, and students at LCOM. They were an instrumental part of our college's reaccreditation process as a member of the LCME Task Force and co-chair of the Independent Student Analysis Task Force. They engaged students to secure a 100% participation rate, which was followed by an invitation from the Liaison Committee on Medical Education to co-host a webinar on the independent student analysis and their success in student engagement, for which we are extremely proud. It is my pleasure to present Matt Brandt with the Mildred A. Reardon MD 67 Award. So I would like to say a special thank you to Liz Dorman and the medical communications team for their work on organizing and staffing today's event. So please join me in applauding their efforts. And thank you again for joining us today to recognize all of the individuals who have received awards and those who have contributed to the quality of excellence here at the Larner College of Medicine. Please join us for refreshments and desserts as we congratulate all of tonight's recipients. And before you leave, please remember to take home a plant. We hope you have, for our students, we hope you have a very special week with family, friends, and colleagues, and we're really looking forward to celebrating with you the conferral of your medical degree at commencement next week. So good night and congratulations to everyone.